Greetings, everyone. This is Michael, and this module is called Expanding Roles Beyond Text and Beyond Expectations. We have reached the end. This is the last module of Info 200. Wow, here we are. Okay, I want to start with a quote from Arthur C. Clarke. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And that's one of the things that I think we do really well in libraries is we provide access to technology and to experiences that can be kind of magical, just to put it out there that way. I also believe that we create and facilitate connections of all kinds, and that's bringing together the communities we serve, all the information communities that you all have looked at. We find ways to connect people to information, to ideas, to each other, to groups, etc. And one of the things I want to take a look at is where we are and where we're going. So foundationally, here's what we do. We are a service profession. We provide services to folks, story times, all those things, programming. We deal in access to information, access of all kinds. For sure, books on the shelf, but also networked access, internet access, and everything you could possibly think of is probably somewhere accessible in a great big library. We also provide the opportunity for the freedom to explore ideas of all kinds, the freedom to follow your curiosity, and the freedom to learn. And really, I think we're in the life literacy business, and you may have heard me say this before, that we help people make sense of the world. So there's some great possibilities going on. There's some wonderful things happening out there. Just want to give you a little peek at them, and we'll go from there. For example, to look back at our learning module, there's learning opportunities going on in libraries that are just absolutely incredible, and I think we will see those continue, enhanced by technology, enhanced by groups of people coming together to learn. We will be supporting learners in what they do, such as 3D printing a Titanic. We will help people discover things via their devices or online or in the library. A lot of discovery will go on. We will offer opportunities for engagement with information professionals. See the sign back there says Ask Me. I love that. Maybe it is using a laptop so we can be engaged with our own information community in the library space. And we will help folks follow their curiosity of all kinds. And that really goes back all the way back to information behavior. Oh, I don't know anything about that. I need to learn more. What am I going to do? I'm going to get on my device and I'm going to read all about whatever topic might interest me at that moment. We have an evolution going on in information services. There are things happening in libraries that are very surprising, such as libraries that offer access and interaction with robots. Kind of interesting. We are kind of in this time of the global classroom, global connections. But I will also say, with all that technology, we're also in a time, okay, here's my take on this. We've spent like the last 15 years being all about technology, okay? Technology in the library, and the internet is here, and we're training people on the internet, and all these things. Really like 25 years, wow. But I really think now we've come around a bit. We got the tech thing, we got it. We're doing really well with it, and we kind of roll with each thing as it comes along. But then a concept like hygge, hopefully I'm saying that right, comes along, and this comes out of Denmark. A lot of good things coming out of Denmark, right? This is a concept of, it's hard to translate into English, but it's a concept based on the fact that folks want to feel like they belong, they want to feel part of a community, they want to feel warm during the Danish winter. They just want to have that cozy feeling. That's all the different definitions you might hear about this word. And I really think we are seeing those kind of practices coming into information services and libraries as well. The AnyThink libraries out in Colorado, they have used the hygge idea to build their new branches or to renovate branches. They have fireplaces, they have comfy chairs, they do everything they can to bring people in to feel like they're in a retreat space, they're relaxing, and of course they can have access to materials. Now, other library spaces are maybe a bit more interactive. This is a library space where there is multiple science activities going on. Origami up front, access to computers back there, to gaming, to creating things. You read about the young man that printed a 3D hand in one of our earlier modules, and printed a 3D hand for a young man at the library that he knew, this little guy that then he actually has a hand that he can use. And this is new stuff. Wow. San Diego opens the first public library biotech lab. A biotech lab in a public library. So, wow, there's a lot going on here. We are coming back to maybe this kind of community, feeling cozy, belonging space, but at the same time, we're offering so many opportunities to encounter and learn about various things in the world, such as what you just saw, crafts, etc., 3D printing things, and now a biotech library. Okay. It includes microscopes. I know what that is. Centrifuge. I know what that is. A DNA copying machine. I have no idea what that is, but there's one in the library. Electrophoresis gel boxes, a vortex mixer, etc. I don't know what these are, but if I could go to this library, I would certainly want to learn all about them. Keep this on your radar, this idea of the library as a learning space, as a learning lab, as a space where anything can happen. And now to come back a little bit to that cozy Herga type thing. Here's the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, having a Pause for Paws dog event where dogs came into the library and the students could take a breath from their exam week to meet some dogs. I think that's super cool. Here is a kind of coders space in a public library where they can kind of make it their own, and all kinds of things can happen here. Maybe groups can meet, etc. And then there are libraries that are experimenting with technology that allow users to come into the building when library staff are not there. For example, Open Plus offers these type of services, and the Gwinnett County Library System in Georgia has a few branches that offer access with a card and a numeric code that they punch in, access into the library in the morning hours from 8 to 10 a.m. Nobody's there. And then after they close from like 6 to 10, and at that time there's usually a security guard on the premises. But think about that. What they have done is they wanted to reach more users, but they didn't have the budget to stay open all those hours, but they had the budget to offer Open Plus self-service hours. It's fascinating. Now, they're not cutting staff. They're just extending services. You may find an Open Plus or similar library nearby to where you live someday. The other thing that Gwinnett County did, and I just love this, is they did away with all the service desks and they went to a roving kiosk model. And this is a librarian helping a patron. And look at his kiosk. It rolls around and he could actually sit down next to the patron, lower the desk so he could be on his laptop and doing the searches for her. And then when they're done, he goes his way. He can bring it back up and push it around the library wherever it needs to go. You may see more of this. You may be, after you finish the program, working in a library that does something similar to this. The North Carolina State University Library offers a wall that displays all the Instagram posts that have been put up related to the library, shot inside of the library space, actually creating a collection on the fly by the users of the library. And you'll remember our friends in Aarhus, Denmark, who built their beautiful big library for people, not books. And this is something I want you to take away, that we really are designing services, designing libraries now to serve people, not just to hold a warehouse full of books. Here's a beautiful library on the waterfront in Aarhus. And here is the lovely gong, the tubular bell that rings anytime the new parents push the button in the hospitals in Aarhus. Okay, so technology is no longer an add-on. Even though we are making wonderfully cozy, good, fun spaces and welcoming people in like never before, technology is always going to be part of what we do. And one thing we can do to keep this in balance is to understand that we're going to do a lot of different things. We're going to teach people how to use the internet still, and we're going to teach people what a 3D printer is. We're going to teach people about privacy and virtual assistants. We're going to do all kinds of things, and we're going to balance all those out. But wait, Michael, how can we do it all? Maybe we can't do it all, but we can also involve members of the community that can help us do those things. And I think we'll see more and more partnerships going forward. So how do we do this? We listen. We listen closely to what our communities want. And that is something I hope you're taking away from this class, is how you understand what a community might need and how they use information. We teach. We figure out what our communities want to learn about, and we teach them. Again, if we don't know about it, we find somebody that can come in and do the teaching and work with us as a partnership. And we tell stories. We tell the stories of what happens in our library spaces of all kinds. And we build community. This is an information community, the Knitters Group, that meets every week at the Gwinnett County Public Library branch down in Atlanta. This is an information community. There is learning going on here. There is knowledge exchange, all sorts of information behaviors for sure. And we absolutely 100% welcome everyone into our spaces. And we do this with humanity and heart. We do this with mindfulness, with thoughtfulness about our actions as, for you all, future professionals. We reflect on our practice. We reflect on how we did things in our library work and how we can do them better next time, how we can do them differently next time. And we tap into, are you ready for this, our librarian superpowers. And let me run through some of these and think about the ones that you have. Curiosity. And I'm going to give you some charges as we go through these too, because this is the last time I get to talk to you in Info 200, and then you're off for the rest of your program. So, all right. I think this is a librarian superpower. I think we should be curious about everything. We should want to know how these things work and how those virtual assistants work. Be curious about everything. Ask questions, investigate, explore. Use your creativity. Tap into that creativity part of you to think outside the box about things. Think about how you might turn library services on their head with a creative twist. Have confidence. Have confidence in what you do. And we do that by building confidence. Maybe you're not that comfortable with technology. Here's what I would suggest you do. Start practicing. Maybe you're not that comfortable with smartphones. Start there. Start learning about those things. Talk to a friend or a colleague or a relative, family member, and say, could you spend a little bit of time with me each week and help me learn about the smartphone or whatever technology you want to know. If you do that, it builds your confidence. Maybe, for example, you want to learn how to make cool YouTube videos. Make a video with your phone. It's not going to be the best video you ever make, but it's the first video you made. And then keep going from there. That's how you build confidence. Empathy. This is one of my favorites. This one is very important. This is putting yourself in the shoes of the other person. Hopefully, in Information 200, you have put yourself in the shoes of a member of the information community you chose. Maybe you're connected to that community. Maybe you're not as connected to that community. But maybe you experience some empathy. Going forward, think about this in your library work. You're going to have people come up to your service desk or to your roving kiosk computer and ask you questions and need help. Where might they be coming from? What day have they had in their world? And finally, just understanding how all of this works, kind of understanding how information and technology and people all come together in our current landscape in this 21st century world that we live in, I think that's a wonderful, wonderful superpower to have. So I will leave you with this. Imagine, just keep imagining what is possible in the information professions and information environments of all kinds, wherever you find yourself, be that in a school library, a public library, an academic library, a corporate library, a special library, archives, all the different places where you may practice librarianship. Think about all the things you've taken away just from this first class, this first experience, looking at information behavior, looking at how people use information, what information communities are, and how we might best serve them with technology and learning programs, and how we might best serve them on a global level. Okay, wow. I wish you all the very best. I wish you all the best for your program, for finishing the core and choosing your electives, and just finding out what type of an information professional you want to be. I wish you the very best. Good luck with your research papers. Good luck with your final projects in class, and take care. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate getting to talk to you.